Using grades constructively. Nothing makes teens or their parents more anxious than a report card. They're all very worried about what if they don't maintain their grades, or what if one grade has slipped. Well, I believe that there's a way to approach grades that takes some of the stress away and is actually much more constructive. The first thing parents should know is that grades should be seen as an indication of what's going right and what's going wrong. They should never automatically assume that a lower grade than expected means that a teen doesn't have motivation or that they're not trying hard enough, because often that's not the case. So what's important is finding out why the teen got that particular grade. And if they don't know, their teachers do know. So find out, for example, whether their poor grade was because they hadn't been doing their homework, or because they hadn't been participating in class, or maybe they did really well on all of their tests except for one test that they blew. So all of those different scenarios will call for different responses. The second thing is to ask your teen themselves, are you happy with this grade? What do you think it means? Maybe your teen will say, well, I think I have to work harder, or I think I have to start studying for tests ahead of time. Or maybe your teen will say, you know, I'm really not getting this subject, or I'm having trouble learning from this particular teacher. So maybe after that discussion, you'll decide that your teen should go in for extra help, or maybe you'll hire a tutor to help the teen. So all of those possibilities can come out of a discussion, which are very, very constructive. One thing I'm seeing commonly these days is that when teens get grades in the average range, many parents are thinking that that's cause for alarm. They're thinking that maybe there's a problem. So it's very important for parents to examine their expectations. By definition, half of the population is of average aptitude, and so would reasonably be expected to get average grades. Ask yourself if your hopes for your child are in line with their abilities and their talents. And if in doubt about that, again, teachers are a very good source of information, and if that's insufficient, then consider having your child evaluated. Psychoeducational testing can tell you exactly what their strengths and weaknesses are, and actually maybe even offer additional tips on how they can study more effectively.